This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Welcome in. Snow has painted the ground white, but the roads have stayed mainly wet. Driver beware as temperatures continue to fall tonight. Road conditions may deteriorate. Good evening. I'm Amanda Starantino here with Kevin Gregory. And it was nice on the roads. It wasn't too bad out there when you saw the snow coming down, but that could change.
Anytime you have a snow event that you don't have to shovel or plow, that's pretty good. What you're alluding to is temperatures fall. Some wet spots, untreated roadways may become slick. Watch the bridges as well. I'll tell you what's going to work in our favor here in a second. West Lafayette and Kokomo right at 3 inches of snow today. Frankfort and Clinton County 2 inches, inch and a half. In Anderson under an inch officially for Indianapolis International. Here are the snow showers. Everything moving from northwest to southeast. Notice there are breaks in here, a sign that we're on the back edge of this as it pulls away more of the moisture off to the east, but we'll continue to create additional light snow or at least flurries through tonight, but with little additional accumulation. Temperatures are headed to around 20 degrees tomorrow morning. Combine that with a strong cold northwest wind gusting to 30, it's going to feel very cold. 7 p.m. here we are. The snow eastern half of the state. By the time we get to 11, there'll still be some flurries around. Temperatures in the upper 20s, but with wind chill temperatures in the teens for now. This is what we'll wake up to tomorrow morning. Single-digit wind chills, but it will be dry.
RTV6 is delivering results to homeowners who reached out to us 2 days ago. Then the homeowners were worried and fearful. After we started reaching out to lawmakers, they are feeling hopeful and encouraged. Troy Washington is working for you to explain the next steps in the process for a bill that could save homes built in floodways.
I know that my mom has been with us every step of the way and that she's with us now.
Lyra Bates took her mother's fighting spirit with her as she stepped into a room ready to convince lawmakers that keeping her mother's dream alive was a worthwhile cause.
We have a chance now where we didn't before.
We told you this family story on Monday after they turned to us for help when they got a notice from the Department of Natural Resources telling them to remove their Martin County cabin or else. We contacted state lawmakers about the issue and a bill in the works on the floodway issue.
Whether you know it or not, every cabin owner on every creek and river in the state of Indiana potentially is in violation of Indiana code.
Shane Lindauer is the state representative who introduced the bill that will ultimately save homes and could protect others in the future.
I think everyone is encouraged and hopeful.
The changes to the bill would save the homes, but it would come at a cost. Homeowners would have to raise their cabins. If the bill is successful, homeowners would have 2 years to comply. They'd be required to raise their homes to be 2 feet above the 100-year flood level. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
The bill now heads to the House for a vote. That vote could happen soon as tomorrow or the first part of next week. Bad landlords in Indianapolis should be on alert. The city is trying to protect tenants against poor landlords, with Mayor Joe Hogsett signing 2 new proposals this afternoon. The proposals passed by the City County Council this week would devote $250,000 to legal aid for renters, make sure landlords disclose tenants' rights, and create rules against retaliation by landlords. However, city officials are watching a bill at the State House that would overrule Indianapolis's actions. Recent studies have shown that Indianapolis is second in the country in evictions, behind only New York City. And only on RTV6, the former Marion County prosecutor is battling prostate cancer, and he wants to help other men face it head on. Terry Curry is undergoing medical treatments to fight his cancer, diagnosed in 2015. Working out is part of his ongoing routine, and so is his encouragement to other men facing the cancer. He wants men to get a prostate checkup, follow their medical treatments, and live their lives.
Knowing that there are so many men who are impacted by this, that just to be an example that it doesn't have to control your life, and to be encouraging and confident in my own circumstances, so that is.
And Curry says exercising or playing golf or walking or enjoying a hobby are among the best ways to keep your mind off the negative thoughts during the tough days. Since resigning as Marion County prosecutor, Curry is now a deputy prosecutor in the grand jury division. More of our conversation with him is posted on our website at theindychannel.com. And families with children born with a disability are looking for workplaces that are inclusive. Our Hiring Hoosiers initiative strives to find opportunities where job skills can be learned in unconventional ways. I show you how a group of bakers with special needs are picking up more than just a mixing spoon.
We're making dog biscuits. Buttermilk Mountain biscuits.
Her hands are covered in all the flavors and ingredients to create these dog treats. 27-year-old Adria Schrock is a volunteer baker from one of Central Indiana's special needs organizations.
You're learning how to make new friends each day.
Once the oven timer goes off, the Buttermilk Mountain Biscuit team sells their tasty treats at local farmers markets and locations across Central Indiana.
I would say, do you have a dog? Yeah, and then I'll just advertise to you guys with all my heart.
So you're pretty good at selling them, right?
I am. I even sold it to a cat person.
Our motto is made with pride, not perfection. You got everything in here now, Bobby?
Yeah.
Leading these sous chefs is head baker Jody Maslanka. Jody started Buttermilk Mountain just 1 year ago, a charity with a special meaning behind its name.
Maslanka means buttermilk in Polish, and I just thought families with special needs always feel like they're climbing a mountain.
It began as a hobby to raise money for the special needs community, but Jody wanted to do more to help the abilities of those with disabilities shine. Here in the kitchen, Jody implements job training tools necessary for her bakers to work elsewhere.
Michaela, she comes in, she goes over there, she makes her biscuits, and she goes home. Hardly says anything to anybody. But she asked me if she could help me sell them. And I thought, well, you can come to the farmers markets and sit with me, that's fine. She's a fabulous salesperson. She talks to everybody. And you never would have known that side of her if she hadn't had that opportunity.
Now, Michaela says she wants to eventually work at a pet supply store because of what she has learned here.
I learned soft skills and how to talk to people, smile, look at them.
With each ingredient added, like flour, dump it in, cinnamon, and egg. A new work skill and life skill is being learned. Plus,
it makes us proud of ourselves.
And since we shot this story, Michaela is now working at Uptown Pup, and all the money raised from their farmers market sales goes back into purchasing the ingredients and cooking tools. Jody says she hopes to make enough money from their sales so she can hire on some of these volunteer bakers. And we have how to purchase their dog biscuits, support their charity, or how to get involved as a volunteer baker at hiringhoosiers.com. In the race for the White House, Senator Bernie Sanders is determined to hold on to his frontrunner status, but it's put an increasingly large target on his back, the latest coming up. Plus, more proof that the coronavirus is having a far-reaching impact, reaching all the way into your favorite soft drink.
Weekdays from 6 to 10 a.m.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
In the race for the White House, the focus has shifted to South Carolina, where today a major political figure came out with an endorsement of former Vice President Joe Biden. But Senator Bernie Sanders has found his footing at the front of the national race. ABC's Trevor Alt has the latest.
The political spotlight is centered on South Carolina, and just days ahead of the state's primary, Representative Jim Clyburn, perhaps South Carolina's most influential political figure, endorsing former Vice President Joe Biden.
I know Joe. We know Joe, but most importantly, Joe knows us.
Biden's been the frontrunner in South Carolina since entering the race. He's presented the state as his firewall.
People are talking about a revolution. What the country's looking for are results.
But Sanders has solidified his position at the top of the race in national polls. Today, among several candidates at Al Sharpton's National Action Network Ministers' Breakfast, the Reverend defending Sanders' Democratic Socialist label.
Do not go by those that use the socialist tag to try to separate us from what we need to do for this country.
The opposing candidates have certainly noticed Sanders' rise to the top position, and Tuesday on the debate stage went after the senator early and often.
Bernie, in fact, hasn't passed much of anything.
I do not think that this is the best person to lead the ticket.
Progressives have got one shot, and we need to spend it with a leader who will get something done.
I'm hearing my name mentioned a little bit tonight. I wonder why.
South Carolina does have the most delegates of any of the states so far, but it does pale in comparison to Super Tuesday, where more than 1,300 delegates are up for grabs. Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
Senate Democrats want billions of dollars in new emergency funding to help prevent the spread of the coronavirus in the U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer will reportedly ask for an additional $8.5 billion Wednesday. The money would be distributed across 4 different agencies and programs, including the CDC. There is also $2 billion set aside to reimburse state and local governments. Just yesterday, a CDC official warned that experts think the new coronavirus will spread in the U.S. Right now, there are 35 confirmed cases across the country. As for Indiana, the State Department of Health is going to hold a news conference tomorrow to talk about their efforts to protect you. To be clear, right now, there is no coronavirus outbreak in Indiana. And Diet Coke lovers, you might want to stock up. Coca-Cola says the coronavirus is disrupting its supply of artificial sweetener. They say if current trends continue or get worse, they could see a 2 to 3% drop in output. Coke gets some of its artificial sweetener from China. They use it in both their diet soda and their zero sugar drinks. Kevin.
Temperature trend going down in the short term. We'll hit rock bottom on Friday and then look up, and away. We'll talk about how warm and for how long next week coming up.
Motion for just $259 a month.
It's a sad fact that every day people go hungry in this country, but what may surprise you is where that is happening. On college campuses, Maya Rodriguez shows us in an innovative way. One university is reinventing what it means to go to a food pantry and trying to eliminate the stigma that comes with it.
That was nice.
Nestled away on this college campus sits a student lounge, unlike any you'll find at a typical college.
You're thinking someplace you can relax, someplace you can kind of just let your hair down for a moment.
Christina Becton is a nursing student here at Bowie State University in Maryland.
There is certainly a financial constraint being in college.
And on more than one occasion, she's found herself hungry and here at the university's new nutritional lounge. It's a place where students can come and get food they can't afford. Inside, there's comfy seating, a flat screen TV, and a jar for suggestions of food students would like to see featured on the shelves. But you won't see the words food pantry anywhere around here for one main reason.
There is a stigma, and we want the students to know that we're here to support them. We want to make sure that, they don't feel that any sense of shame.
Dr. Aminta Bro is president of Bowie State, Maryland's first historically black college and university. She says most of their 6,100 students are commuter students. Many work while going to school. But still, hunger abounds, according to a survey by the Hope Center for College, Community, and Justice.
A recent study at 123 college campuses around the country found that 45% of those surveyed said they had gone hungry in the last 30 days. It's a situation that school administrators say is both heartbreaking and unacceptable.
Unless we get the word out, as we are now, I don't think we'll be able to adequately address this issue.
Back at the lounge, food donations arrive from alumni, along with weekly donations from a local Food Lion supermarket and the Capital Area Food Bank.
Yeah, so definitely peanut butter. I have come in here and gotten oatmeal.
Donations that are making a difference in Christina's last few months of college.
This is my senior year. I'll be graduating in May. Thank you.
A helping hand before she and fellow students set out on their own. In Prince George's County, Maryland, I'm Maya Rodriguez reporting.
Thin Mint Samoa's Do-si-dos. Imagine your favorite Girl Scout cookies featured with bacon. Your idea of cookies is getting turned on its head with today's 7th annual Girl Scout Cookie Cook-Off. Celebrated local chefs went all out in the competition to create the most tasty, savory dish using Girl Scout cookies as an ingredient. It is an exciting event, but organizers say this isn't all fun, food, and games. There's an intentional focus behind the competition this week.
We like to highlight the Girl Scout Cookie Program because it's one of the largest women-owned, girl-owned businesses in the world.
This all leads up to National Girl Scout Cookie Weekend this week, celebrating the entrepreneurial program that has helped millions of young women grow over the years. The winner of today's competition is Chef Steve Oakley from Oakley's Bistro. He got first place with his Girl Scout cookie crusted bacon 3 ways with a tag-along sauce. I'd love to try that.
Creativity and talent on display. Snow is diminishing as we speak, still exists. Just look out your window. We may see slick spots develop, especially untreated roadways, but overall, we've made it through this very well. We've had 13 hours basically of straight light snow. Strong, cold northwest wind does not change tonight or tomorrow. That will keep our wind chill temperatures in the single digits by morning. Temperatures, they'll tumble to around 20 degrees. There's the flow from northwest to southeast, and I think preponderance of evidence will keep the light snow in the eastern portion of the state longer than in western Indiana. We won't rule out additional flurries kind of lingering through the night as that cold air comes in. Let's jump to the north. Grant County, you've got a nice snow cover, 27 degrees. Clinton County had 2 to 3 inches as well, 30. It's 28 in Kokomo and Logansport. To the south, still holding on temporarily to a temperature at the freezing mark in Bedford. We'll all be united in the 20s tonight, and in some cases right at 20 degrees. There's your wind. It's been out of the northwest. We've had gusts to 31, northwest at 15 right now. We'll continue with the 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts as we go through the night. Wind chill temperatures in the teens and set to go lower, as I mentioned, probably drop these by about 10 degrees. Kids will need to layer up in the morning as temperatures will be at their coldest for the entire 7-day planner. Temperatures as we go in the morning hours, we'll have the strong wind with it. I think we'll have low temperatures as we get into Saturday that will be just as cold, but it won't be as windy. The wind through the day tomorrow, cold west wind anywhere from 15 to 25. Temperature by noon tomorrow, 31. Mixture of clouds and sunshine through the day. We don't have any real bright sunny days, at least in the short term here. Friday temperature will end the work week again with decent amount of cloud cover, temperature of about 31. And to the north, you'll struggle just to hit 30 degrees. Look at the jump over the weekend from Saturday to Sunday, a full 10-degree warm-up. Both Saturday and Sunday look to be dry, and then this happens early next week. Temperatures climb into the upper 50s on Tuesday. I know you're excited about those temperatures, but it does come with a chance for rain each day, with rain being likely as we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, the most likely time for the showers.
Okay, so we need to just get through this, and then it's a nice end.
Feel better.
Light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you, Kevin, and we'll be right back after this break.
Need to know at martinacura.com.
A new report finds that making purchases online and having them delivered is not good for the environment. The main reason is the way people shop. They purchase frequently, but many people only buy a few items at a time. This produces more packaging waste, plus online items tend to come from multiple distribution centers. And a new study might have endurance athletes kicking sports drinks to the curb. The author looked into whether drinks or supplements that claim to replace electrolytes actually help in recovery. He studied ultramarathoners and found replacing electrolytes did little to prevent cramping, nausea, or other illnesses. They also did not affect the levels of sodium for most of the runners. And this one might not sit well with luxury car owners. Researchers say drivers of expensive cars are not very nice behind the wheel. A recent study found those who drive flashy vehicles are less likely to stop and allow pedestrians to cross the road. According to the study, the likelihood of a driver slowing down drops by 3% for every extra $1,000 of their vehicle's value. The researchers came up with their findings by getting volunteers to cross the sidewalk hundreds of times, filming and analyzing driver responses. I'd be nervous to be one of those volunteers.
I'm sure. Here comes the luxury start. Go. That's crazy. All right, snow showers around. They diminish as we go through the night. Flurries around, though, even overnight. And then temperatures in the morning, cold. Lower 20s, wind chill around 10.
Whatever car you're driving, drive safely tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 11.